What is up, Tottenham? Coy's boy here, coming at you live the night before the big game versus City. Plenty of Spurs fans are shaken, worried about this is a big game tomorrow. Many of us have already written off our chances, but stick with me. I'm going to break down the pregame predictions and just give you a little bit of insight on what to hope for and a little bit of optimism as to why we are not just quite written off just yet. It's no secret Spurs are riddled with injuries. Ange will not be sending platoon numero uno into the battlefield tomorrow. Matters, Romero, and Van de Ven, three key players that'll obviously be on the bench tomorrow. Still no Sarr. Bentancur came back. Bentancur is back on the bench. Hate to see that he got hurt. Same with Ash Phillips, a young defender who we could really rely on in time of crisis, such as right now. But as any overly optimistic Spurs fan would, I'm going to celebrate the small victories and welcome back Yves Bissouma into the starting lineup. He's going to be fighting a key battle against Rodri tomorrow, trying to boss the midfield, and he'll be a key element of the starting lineup. With that said, let's take a look at the rest of the 11. Guglielmo Vicario, no doubt you're starting in net. I love you. Best signing so far. In my opinion, more of a key signing than Matters. Love what he's doing for the squad. Just an absolute spark plug, and his presence radiates throughout the starting 11. Love everything he does. He's the greatest last line of defense I could have ever asked for. Well, as for the teams in front of him, Pedro Porro has done nothing wrong. No reason he should lose his spot. Emerson Royale, you better not be in the starting lineup tomorrow. Eric Dier, you better not be in the starting lineup tomorrow. Instead, give me Alfie Dorrington. Ben Davies, pair him up at center back. Udogie on the left. Welcome back, Bissouma, as I said. Pair him with Lo Celso. Loved what I saw out of Giovanni against Villa. I want Deki Kulusevski in front of them in the 10. Loved what he did. Came in and went to work in the 10 and looked comfortable as can be. Him paired up with Sonny in front of him. Key that they're on the same page. And I want Hill, no reason he should be dropped from the 11. And Johnson on the other side. Both were tremendous out wide, and I think there's still a lot more to come from both of them. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if I raised an eyebrow or two with the Dorrington comment. I stand by that. He should be in the starting lineup, and I'm really not going to be surprised when I see Ange puts him in on the team sheet, because Ange Postecoglou is not going to waste any of our time in his tenure here at this club. He's coming, and he's changing the tides here. And whether people will like that or not, everyone likes it so far, he's going to have to clear out some baggage. And this definitely includes Eric Dier. He might be the biggest fucking elephant in the room. But some may say maybe it's not appropriate to do this against City. What are you talking about? This is just the same recycled subpar saga that we've seen from Eric Dier over and over again. I hate to trash a man that wears a Spurs uniform and frankly gives 100% effort for the club, but he doesn't. What we see on field it's not up to satisfaction, and unfortunately his chapter is definitely in the waning phases here at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. All confidence ahead to Dorrington, man. Yes, it's a huge ask. It is a huge set of shoes for him to try to fill in. But why not? Why not back your young players when you're turning the tide and changing the identity of this club? We've seen young players all over the squad. Udogie is he just turned 21 this week. He's been, ever since we signed him, he's been a lineup lock. Brennan Johnson has been wonderful with his few glimpses of greatness that we've seen from him. We're turning to the young players. Jamie Donnelly's getting call-ups. Dorrington's getting called up to the bench. It's inevitable. Spurs managers have not utilized the academy in the past, and Ange is changing that. That's part of the whole agenda that he has coming and rewriting this club. And you got to start somewhere. And starting Alfie Dorrington at the Etihad, that's a big piece in the puzzle. But hey, the first domino's got to fall. And props to a manager for backing a young player in such a big game like this. Props to Ange. Props to Alfie. I hope to see him out there. I'll be rooting for him. What I want to get into your head, Spurs fans, and for all you Spurs skeptics, is that no matter how down bad the Spurs team may look on paper, no matter how many key players are missing, no matter what the personnel looks like, Ange is not going to let that be a reason for them to play football with their tails between their legs. They are not going to go out there and play defensive football and hope for a 0-0 draw. That is a bit Conte-esque, and there's no room for that in this new Tottenham era under Ange Postecoglou. He's going to send the boys out there to go play like some junkyard dogs, and that's just a matter of fact. Fact of the matter, whatever you want to call it. That's what's going to happen. Dejan Kulusevski is going to eat up the midfield. Bissouma is going to lay some crunching tackles tomorrow. I don't care what his resume may look like. I don't care how limited his experience is in a Tottenham shirt. What's he really done for us? He's going to go out there and just going to ask him to be his creative, best attacking Spanish self. And just looking for the players who want to go out there and put it all for the whole 90 minutes for this badge, for the club. And that's the kind of manager I want back in this team. That's the guy that is going to make sure I'm still back in this team for years and years. I love what I'm seeing from Tottenham. We are not going to go out there and play some cowardly football. We are going to go in there and we're going to give City a run for their money. Ange has a will. And if Ange has a will, there is a way. Coys Boy, out.